especially with Bill O'Brien gone.
Oh, thank God! Don't even bring him up. Don't get me started on him. Really thank
So
God.
let
Thank
JD,
God,
let's
right?
throw it. JD, let's throw it back to you.
Sure,
Um,
brother.
we're gonna go back. We're gonna get back on the up yours Houston Astros Express and travel back from Boston to back into the Windy City. And you guys and the Bears have a big division.
Best.
This is
This
a
is
big
it.
rivalry. The Bears and Packers going at it. This is in Lambeau, right?
Yes. Or
Is it in Lambeau or in
no,
Chicago?
no. You know what? Let me double check. I thought I looked already, but I don't remember. Let's see. It is in Chicago
So
this time.
the Bears are at home. This is a big
Home game.
chance here for Justin Fields.
It might be one of the last times we're in Soldier Field against the Packers. Maybe like 4 or 5 more times. So we'll see about that. Um, it's a huge game. It's the hugest game. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Jalen Johnson. They one of the media members asked one of the players, what do you think of the Bears Packers game? He said, first of all, it's the Bears, or what do you think of the Bears Packers rivalry? And he's like, first of all, it's the Bears Packers rivalry. So it's only 100 years old. It's a century old. So it is a huge rivalry.
Yeah.
The Bears will be wearing their throwback 1920s jerseys. It's going to be completely badass. And and Justin Fields, you can tell how locked in he is. I was watching some press. Obviously, I was watching some media availability, a bunch of it, and you can just see how locked in Justin Fields is. So I'm excited for that. The Bears have it cut out for them, man. I mean, they know what it's going to take to win. They know everything. They have to get Rodgers on his ass. That's how you beat Rodgers.
You have to pressure him.
You got to get on.
That leads me into my next little thing for you. So, the keys to victory for you. What are the Chicago Bears going to have to do to beat the Packers in this game?
Yes, number one, get Rodgers on his ass. We talked about that. Number two, and we have the guys. Let's talk about that for a second because we have the guys to do it. We got Smith. He can contain the middle. He's a glue. He's like, oh, you want me on the tight end? Oh, you want me on the running back? Oh, you want me in the middle? Wherever you put him, wherever the ball goes in that area, it's getting smashed. So Smith can contain it. Then you got the pass rush. You got Goldman. You got Hicks. You got Mack. You got all these guys. You don't even need a blitz. You can play some coverage. So Mack alone, I think he's going to have a good game. He's playing through an injury. Not a lot of people are talking about it. He's got I think it's a hamstring or maybe it's an ankle. I'm not sure. It's a lower body injury. He's been limping a lot, so he's definitely not 100%. So other guys got to step up. We got to have a big game from our other guys, and we got to put some points on the board. It comes back to honestly, Fields is going to have a big game if we want to win this game. You talk about this. That'll be my second key to victory. I'll just have two. I'll have you got to get Rodgers on his butt. That's number one. That's defensively. That's the goal. You got to contain the middle and get him on his butt. Number two is Fields has got to work something with the passing game. He's got to get it going because we're not going to have that much running backs. They're going to predict Herbert, that little nice halfback, like that nice little right up the gut, that single back, or even the duo back that we like to do with Herbert. Even out of the shotgun, they're going to contain that. That's going to be taken away. They're going to take that right away because we don't have much else as far as running backs. We'll see if they get creative. The playbook could get extended. We'll see what they do this week. I hope they get very creative this week. Fields is going to have to throw over the top. He's going to have to get the ball out very quickly because they are going to pass. They do have a pretty solid pass rush in Green Bay. It doesn't get talked about a lot. It's underrated. It's not as good as the Bears, but it's pretty good. So those are the two keys to victory, man. Fields is going to have the best game of his Chicago Bears career if we're going to want to win this game.
Dante, what do you think? What's it going to take for Chicago to beat Aaron Rodgers and company?
Number one, for me, this is a big part of the game. People don't think this. Control time of possession, keep Aaron Rodgers and that offense on the sideline. Number two, find Devontae Adams. That's his big play target. In key situations, he wants Devontae Adams, especially by the red zone, on back shoulder throws. You got to watch out for that. Attack the secondary is number three. Their secondary is not that good. They're pretty beat up on the secondary. I don't know if Jair Alexander is out. I heard he's out. So the secondary is very vulnerable right now. Keep Justin Fields upright. They got a respectable pass rush. Sadarius Smith. They got Preston Smith as well, who can rush the passer. Just like JD said, they're underrated. They're underrated. They're not overrated. They're very underrated. They don't get talked about as much, but they can get pressure on you. And Justin Fields got to make some key throws. He got to make some key throws. The receivers got to find a way to get open, and the offensive line must hold up. But those are my keys. You got to control time of possession to keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. You got to exploit this secondary. And basically, you got a good defensive line. You got to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. You can't just sit there and let him just scorch up this secondary and let him find Devontae Adams in big key situations, because that's probably the best quarterback to receiver tandem that you can find probably in the NFL. So those are my keys to Chicago Bears winning this football game. And you got to have a decent running game to set up that play action pass and that screen game.
Hopefully.
Ross, what do you think? What's it going to take? What is Green Bay? What does the Bears got to do to beat Aaron Rodgers and company down there?
Okay, so let's have a conversation about the Packers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the Cincinnati Bengals almost beat them. Let's get that on the table, okay? Second,
Now we're talking.
okay. So at the end of the day, what we're looking at, their keys for almost beating the Packers. This is what they did: 3 sacks. 2 sacks, 2 punts, little to no penalties, and barely any interceptions thrown. Okay, 2. But again, he's a young quarterback, and they controlled the time of possession. Your keys for beating this Packers team, at least in my opinion, is you got to get your ground game going. And then once you get that ground game, establish that mid to deep ball, and just take advantage of that secondary. That secondary is questionable, and if you start putting Aaron on his butt and you start airing the ball out, you can get comfortable with Fields doing his rollout, his RPOs. You could potentially put this could be a 7-point game for you. Again, there's no reason you can't, because I know you're better than the Bungles. And then, again, your third down efficiency has been better than them across 3 games. I mean, the Bungles could only get 5 of 14. Last week, you guys had what was it? You guys were.
The Bengals aren't that bad, but I know what you mean. Yeah, we beat them though.
The Bengals, I think the Bengals are a pretty decent team, man. They're up and coming young team.
They used to be trash though.
The Bengals are a very tough team. I gotta put that.
Jamar Chase and Burrow, I love them.
The only problem I have is their O-line is suspect.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem. If they had a proper O-line, those games would not have gone the way they have gone. They have not addressed it, just like the New York Giants and just like the New York Jets. They don't invest in their O-line, and this is what happens. You have a talented team with just, why are they losing? And this is why. I think you guys could take advantage of the Packers. If Cincinnati can almost get it done, I think the Bears could possibly pull it off.
The only thing I want to say before I definitely want to hear Bobby's points, but I want to address that really quick because that's so true. I think we can sneak a win here because the thing is, our momentum is pushing forward. The Packers have been all over the place. They are kind of up and down with Aaron Rodgers' mood. Whatever Aaron Rodgers feels that week, that's how the Packers are. So, I don't know. What do you think, Bobby?
To piggyback off of that, if you can get in Aaron Rodgers' head early, it's over.
That's true.
If
He's
very
very
Aaron Rodgers' head early on in this game, it's over. So my keys to the victory here for the Bears, if they want to win this game, one, I agree with a lot with what Coach Dante was saying. You got to find Devontae Adams and take him out of the game. Don't even make him an option for Aaron Rodgers. I'm talking, put Johnson on him with help over the top and just bracket him the whole game, And then you have to
that's what we
bracket him the whole game. And Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack have got to come up huge when they have got to make plays and make stops and get Rod once again what Dante was saying. The best way to beat Aaron Rodgers is keep his ass on the bench.
Yes,
on the
time of possession. And that's how we beat the Raiders. We dominated the time of possession.
But how do you do that? You make the third down stops that you need. Aaron Rodgers is famous for what? Extending a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, with a nice touch pass to the sideline. You gotta get rid of those. Make the third down stops when you need to, and get Aaron Rodgers off the field. Period. Send him back to the sideline and let him sit. So that's
get
one.
rid of him.
Make the third down stops when you need to. Number 2 is bracket Devontae Adams, and don't even make him an option for Aaron. Make Aaron Rodgers go somewhere else, because once you get it in his head that I can't throw to Devontae because it's just not there, he'll stop. Aaron Rodgers is weak-minded. He doesn't have a lot of like mental fortitude, especially when you mess with it. You know what I mean? He's very like he's not like no.
You can poke him.
He doesn't have that kind of build. If you can get inside his head early on, take advantage of that. If he knows you're hitting Devontae Adams and it's going to be a miserable day, he may stop throwing at him altogether.
The older he gets, the more true that is. And that's, what I love about Justin Fields? Nothing gets to this kid. It doesn't matter if you have a cheap shot. It doesn't matter, late shot and stuff like that. He doesn't care. He gets right back up. He has that Tom Brady in him. I think there was the Brady 6, the documentary. There was a line in there. You remember that documentary? There was a line where it says some guys, they get punched in the mouth and they get right back up and they throw a nice dart pass. That's what Justin Fields did last week. So I think he is the quarterback for the Bears for the next 15 years, and I couldn't be happier with this guy. And I think that this could be the game that just defines his career right here. If you have a 200-yard, 2-touchdown game against the Packers and win, you're starting your Bears career out better than any quarterback we've ever had. You're already getting a statue. Like, you're already getting a statue now. Like, all right.
Yeah. So keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, right? Make the third down stops you need to make. Take Devontae Adams out of the game. That's 3. The next one I would have to say is run the football.
Run the football.
Run the football, and if you got to establish it early too. Establish it early that you're going to run power I or power football, and you're going to run in between the tackles and absolutely beat the ever-living snot out of those guys. Take advantage of your guard and center play and just stuff it down their freaking throat.
Cody Whitehair has to have like you said, Cody Whitehair has to have a big game for them to win.
Your guards and center have played well the last couple of games, so take advantage of that. Right? They blocked well. They blocked well for the interior line. Blocked well last game. So So my number 4 thing would be run the football, run it and stuff. Go right at Green Bay, stuff it right down their throat.
Yeah,
and then the last one would be make sure you get the football on the last drive.
I don't care if you have to put a safety over the top of Devontae Adams. Take him out of the game because in bracket coverage. In big time situations, that's who he's gonna go to. Just like Bill Belichick does. Always find a way to take out your best receiver. He doubled him all night. Make Valdez Scantling beat you, or make that tight end beat you.
Because to be honest, right? To be honest, let's be honest, Coach JD Ross, right? Mm-hmm. If you take Devontae Adams out of the mix, I mean, he's got Aaron Jones, right? So he's got Aaron Jones, and then do any of the other receivers really scare you on that team? Not really.
Nope.
No, not really. Cobb,
so bracket.
He has a good day.
But that's what I mean. It's like you can't say, "Oh no, we got to take these 2 guys out." It's take Devontae Adams out of the picture and take Devontae Adams out of the picture and roll the dice and just say, "All right, Aaron, guess what? You are not going to get your number 1 receiver this game. We're going to do everything you're not going to get him. You're not going to be able to throw to him."
And Aaron, all you have to do is literally just glue Roquan Smith to Aaron Jones, and I don't think he'll have a good day. That's all you got to do. Just, hey, Roquan Jones, he's your guy all day. And then, he's not going to have a good day.
The Bears, Smith and Mac and Khalil Mack they're fine. Jones is going to have a rough day running the football with those 2 guys. He's going to have a rough day. The Packers, I think, are going to have a rough day trying to find a run game against Chicago.